All right. So somebody I've been following more recently has been making a lot of content about the Colorado Springs area and talking out about Trump, stuff like that, which is very important. Those need to be done. I applaud their efforts to do that. Where I have a problem is with the content they're making when it is not accurate or it can be misleading. And I say can be. Now, I'm not here to tell them how to make content. I'm not here to tell them what they should and shouldn't say. I'm going to simply express my opinion on the content being made and the more recent video they made that's now gone. Apparently they've pulled it or it got reported, one of the two, I don't know. But the story was about a prison in Hudson, Colorado. ICE reporting that they were going to try to make that a detention facility. Now, that part was factually true, and I'll be doing my own video about that portion later on. But what rang as untrue was the way they framed it, and they pulled the video and I didn't get screenshots. I don't know that I would use those here because I don't want to out them. I think that people make mistakes and they deserve a few more chances to get on the right path and not just be immediately ignored or unfollowed because what they're doing isn't fitting things correctly. And by correctly, I mean reporting accurately. But anyway, a lot of people were confused in the comment section because of the fact that people were thinking it was Colorado Springs. And there was something in the video, like text in the video, that was making it seem that way. Even though the images were of Hudson and the video was of Hudson, there was stuff in the video that made it seem like Colorado Springs. So a lot of people in the comments were quick to jump to Colorado Springs is a horrible place. And not saying it's perfect here. I'm vying myself to try to be mayor, possibly to try to make things better where I can. I recognize it's not perfect, and especially for people of color, I recognize Colorado Springs can be a very horrible place. I get that. But making statements or posting content that's ambiguous and making it seem like one area or not clarifying to people, there's a big difference there. The other problem is people were commenting that it wasn't Colorado Springs, and this content creator's response was, to one person was, well, I guess you have a reading comprehension issue. I get the internet's rough. I get people can be rude. But if you're going to make content, part of your job is moderating the comments, especially on platforms like this where you are the moderator of your own comment section, letting people know that, hey, I'm sorry I got this wrong, or this was for this area. I'm aware it's not. Please, what made you think that? Try to figure out what's going on, or pull a video and reshoot it. But if you're going to reshoot the video, make sure you start off with, hey, I'm reshooting this video because, or hey, I pulled that last video because, put a correction out. If not, you're going to lose some credibility. With me, anyway. I make an effort that if I pull a video, I make a video about why I pulled it. Or I make a new video and express that, hey, this video was a thing, but I've yanked that because it was not correct, it was dishonest, it was whatever. And I've rarely had to make a correction video, and when I've had to make, it was usually on small things. But, as a content creator, you're not the news. So when you're reporting the news and to people who may not have seen that, it's important to provide the source, which this person did, but provide the source. Express whether you're just like putting the facts back out there for people or if you're putting an opinion on it, or both. I do that sometimes myself here a lot. I say, here's the news, here's what I think about that. Did you hear about this? Those kind of things. That was not taking place on this particular story. And so far it's a one-off. I have not reviewed their entire channel. I've just recently started following them. They have a few videos up. They have a decent following. Their following is bigger than mine. But if you're going to have a sizable following, you have to be accurate. Otherwise, you start misleading people, and then that leads into territory of you being sensational, and not in a good way, or fear-mongering. And I get accused of that. I get accused of fear-mongering, and it's like, no, I'm presenting the facts. This is why I report the things that I do or make commentary on the things I do in the way that I do. If I do not have definite information about something, I don't make a video and get it to you guys unless it's going to be an opinion piece, right? We can talk back and forth all day about what we think is right and wrong. But if I tell you something is absolutely wrong and that the DA is going after it, the DA better be going after it or I'm making a false statement. So, and again, I don't know if it's a one-off or what. I'm hoping it's just a one-off. People make mistakes. I see that. I recognize that. And I'm hoping that's what this was and that it's just a case of this person is very heated about what's going on, which I get. I absolutely get. But we have to remember that even when we get upset about what's happening, we have to factually report, because if we mislead groups of people and they come to our side and then they falsely do stuff on our behalf, we've put them in danger. And I don't want anybody to be in danger for reasons that are not just or for things that aren't true. Because if we were to take action on something as a group, and then at the end of the day it comes out that you took action, but what you're taking action on was not true, that would be wrong. So anyway, just my 2 cents out there. I'm not outing this person. I'm not putting their name here. We're not going to be discussing them. I'll continue to watch. If it gets to a point where I continue to see that behavior, I will unfollow them. I am going to be reviewing their channel, but I will unfollow them if I find more inconsistencies like that. And then I will do a longer video talking about who the channel is. We're not doxing anybody, but I'll talk about who the channel is, and then some other opinions I may have on that content when it gets there, but we're not at that point yet. This is the first video I've seen, and I'll continue to give them an opportunity to speak up, because everybody should have the opportunity to speak out. If you're the person that you made the content, you know what I'm talking about, feel free to reach out to me. I have no problem discussing this back and forth to get a feel for what happened or what may be going on, because I truly believe that things happen. You know, we all end up there. I understand things are horrible right now, and I'm doing what I can to try to figure out, you know, what I can do to make things better. But I just want to make sure that things just don't devolve to a bad place because things continuously happen. So anyway, guys, that's the video I've got for right now. There will be more videos today. It's going to be a heavy posting day, so please be looking out for more videos from today. I'll try to get the dates up in the corner. I'm trying to remember to do that since TikTok obscures the dates now on posting. So anyway, leave your questions, comments below, guys.